Jacksonville. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on their in-state rivals to the north, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Did the Jags get this? Yes, Jags football. Opening kickoff of the game. I can't believe we saw that. I guess, Charles, that's something as a coach you go in premeditated, right? Maybe you saw something on film.
Phenomenal job, and what a beginning to this game. What else do you think we have in store for us today?
Excited to find out. Just getting the party started here with a recovered onside kick. And right away, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. Short throw hauled in by Croft. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be second down. Off of play action. Tagovailoa. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
I can't help it, partner. I love backs who have a lot of burst.
Yeah, they ran the toss play. By the way, sometimes you'll hear toss and pitch used interchangeably, but that was the toss.
Well, for me, a toss, quarterback takes the snap, turns around, tosses it to
like
the tailback.
Yeah,
like an egg underhanded, really with two hands. And a pitch, usually like you're running an option-type play, and you pitch it out there to the trailing back.
It goes end over end like a field goal.
Yeah, where you turn it over, make sure that thumb turns down and the ball flips end over end slowly and delicately to your running back.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And just shutting him off there. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Here's Lawrence to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll run with Etienne. Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. And they'll try and throw forward with Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Here's Tua. He's got a man. It's his fullback. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
I wouldn't be surprised to see utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up. And now the rookie's free. Look at the big fella go. And he gets this one down to the 24. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now Lawrence. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Straight ahead, Etienne. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brenton Strange, 29 yards. And the Jaguars' decision to go for it pays off. Lawrence hitting the ball is free. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
On play action, here's Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Play action, now it's Tua. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Tua going to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And he'll be taken down at the 44. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Sanders' kick is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10.
Let's go. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
Partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Lisa 24. Here we go. Hey, two-footer.
Lawrence. Here as he's taken down. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Lawrence. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Well, if nothing else, they were able to pick up one first down on this drive and get it away from their own goal line. But not much happened after that, and it leads to a punting situation.
And here comes Berrios. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it. And he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. His throw caught at about the 5. Touchdown. Durham Smythe, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
2 now on first down. A short throw there, that's to Smythe, the tight end. 2nd and 6. A run straight ahead with Achane. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. A run with Mostert up the middle. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa, flushed out right. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
It's a gain of 8.
On 3rd down, here's Etienne. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
It's a gain of 16 yards. And the Jaguars first down.
Easy.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Flush to his right. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play for the Jaguars. And even 40 yards. On play action, Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Evan Ingram from 17 yards out. And the Jags get a bit closer.
13, Here we go.
Lawrence going to look to throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. He may go. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now Lawrence going to get his guys to go quickly. Bigsby trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On 3rd down, here's Bigsby. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
With the way things have gone in this game, I think they've got to consider going for it here. I realize it's just the second quarter, so they're not panicking, but they need something to give them positive momentum to get things going.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk on the receiving end of that touchdown pass from Trevor Lawrence. And the Jaguars get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Hey, two.
They'll look to throw. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Berrios now from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
They're right here.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
From the 31, here comes second and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Tua. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee going into the half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points? While the old school coach probably would have.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Brenton Strange in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Doug Peterson says, let's go for two here. Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. And that is caught for the 2 points. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Dolphins 23.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Brings up third down and 10.
ETN up the middle. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. On second down, here's Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. Here's a give to ETN. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Lawrence will throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
Now 3rd down target incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Going for it, here's Etienne. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. The throw right side here going to be incomplete.
So it looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. Rolling to his right. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Hey, Jupiter.
And they'll try and throw forward with Lawrence. Eluding the pressure right. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. The drive starts with a run from Achane. And space tough to come by there as they'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. Tua getting it quickly out to Waddle. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Tua. Got a man, it's Berrios complete. That one a first down pickup of 8. And they're going to speed things up here. Getting this quickly to Berrios. So he stopped for no gain, and it'll be 2nd down. Out route to Hill, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. On first down, they go with Mostert again. 57 yards rushing for him now to this point. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Once again, it's Mostert. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins have retaken a 3rd-quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a 3rd-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
And he will not make it to the goal line here. So they'll be unable to bump this lead up to a field goal as it remains a 1-point game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I agree with you, Bob. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Jags first down as he's brought to the ground after a gain of 7, 5 more than he needed on 4th and 2. Back now in Jacksonville. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play.
Right, let's go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Lawrence. He'll drop this one off with ETN. Call it no gain there on the first down play.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve, and that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
Lawrence going to get this to ETN, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The Jaguars on 3rd down, an almost unimaginable 0 for 10 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3, and he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Now Lawrence, flushed out right. And this one into the hands of Ingram downfield, and he takes this just a few. Zone before going out. He got 29 yards that time.
11.
A handoff for ETN. And they can't bring him down. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. And they'll run with ETN. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal.
11, Hackett. Hot. Here we go.
ETN fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they had it there so close to the goal line. A chance to take it across, claim the lead here in the 4th. Boy, that was a big, big mistake.
It really was, and as much as I want to give credit to the defense for making the play, I do tend to agree with you. That mistake, that's a chance to go in and take the lead. I mean, you're in great shape, yet you don't take care of the football. But they'll be going over that like crazy in the upcoming weeks.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. It's Tagovailoa from his own end zone. Short throw hauled in by Croft. Just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up the 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
All right, here we go. Done. Kill, I'm gone.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further as they get him down well short of the line to gain. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Jaguars first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Now Lawrence to throw on 2nd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And we'll get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne, 27 yards. And the Jaguars have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. They're going to try and run. And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Tua. They set up the screen. Achane has it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Throwing Tua.
They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achan. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save the timeout. Tua. Now Achan on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
Now Tua. He'll dump this off to Achan.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so he can only go so far outside. They were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
They use your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy sideline, right?
Sammy sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars have just about sewn up this football game.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
ETN once more.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
3rd down and 13.
3rd down and 13.
Here's ETN.
And he's going to be about a yard or 2 short of the first here. He needed the 35 but didn't make it. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try and run for it.
And he will have a Jaguars 1st down. And that ought to be the one that seals the victory.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA